What if the secret to a better life wasn't about massive change, but just getting 1% better every day? It may sound small, even insignificant, but the truth is, this single principle has transformed Olympic athletes, CEOs, and everyday people into high performers. In this video, we'll unpack the 1% rule, how tiny daily improvements compound into massive life change, and how modern neuroscience proves your brain is built to support this transformation. The core idea: what is the 1% rule? The 1% rule is simple. If you improve by just 1% each day, those small gains will compound over time. It's the same principle as compound interest, but applied to your life. At first, the difference is barely noticeable, but over months, and especially over years, that 1% snowballs into exponential growth. Improving by 1% a day for a year makes you 37 times better by the end of that year. Now here's where it gets even more powerful. This isn't just theory. Your brain is wired to support this through a process called neuroplasticity. The science, how your brain rewires itself. Neuroplasticity is your brain's ability to change and adapt based on experience, behavior, and learning. For a long time, scientists believed the brain stopped growing after childhood. But now we know that the brain is constantly rewiring itself, creating new neural pathways in response to repetition and focused effort. Every time you repeat a small positive habit, whether it's reading a page, meditating for 2 minutes, or journaling before bed, you're strengthening those neural pathways. It's like carving a groove in your mind. The more often you repeat the habit, the deeper that groove becomes, until it becomes automatic. This is why small habits matter. They literally reshape your brain. Identity over outcomes. Why it works long term. Here's what most people get wrong. They focus on goals instead of identity. Goals are outcomes, like losing 20 pounds or reading 30 books a year. But the 1% rule works because it helps you build an identity. You're not just working out, you're becoming the kind of person who doesn't skip workouts. You're not just meditating, you're becoming someone who protects their mental clarity. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, puts it best: every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. That's where real, lasting change happens, not in the goal itself, but in the small daily habits that reinforce who you are becoming. Practical ways to apply the 1% rule. So how do you start applying the 1% rule in your life? Here are 4 practical ways. 1. Start ridiculously small. Pick a habit that's so easy, it's impossible to fail. 1 push-up, 1 paragraph, 1 glass of water. Starting small builds consistency, and consistency builds momentum. 2. Use habit stacking. Attach your new habit to something you already do. For example, after I brush my teeth, I'll stretch for 1 minute. This anchors your habit to an existing routine, making it easier to remember. 3. Track it visibly. Use a simple calendar or habit tracker. Seeing your progress, even in small doses, reinforces the behavior and builds motivation. 4. Embrace boredom. The biggest threat to long-term success isn't failure, it's boredom. There will be days where your habits feel unexciting. That's normal. Greatness is built by people who show up, even when they don't feel like it. The compound effect, what happens over time, the most powerful part of the 1% rule, isn't what it does today. It's what it does to your trajectory. You won't notice the change at first, but weeks from now, you'll look back and realize your mind is sharper, your habits are stronger, you feel more in control, because that 1% daily effort has compounded, not just in results, but in how you see yourself. And that is when real transformation begins. So what's one habit you can start today? Something small, something easy, that your future self will thank you for? Drop it in the comments below, and if you're ready to grow smarter, live better, and become the next version of yourself, hit that subscribe button and join the journey. This is the Next Me project, and your next chapter starts now.